You ever had one of those days where you're glad to be a motorcyclist because, you know, your day was just so bad that getting on the bike and riding it becomes the most relaxing part of your day? This is one of those days. Hello everybody, Reggie here. Figure I would do a topic today about Chromebooks. Now, I don't know how many of you are familiar with them, but Chromebooks are a Google product. It uses Google's operating system called Chrome OS, and pretty much, for the most part, it's a really cheap and really affordable cloud-based laptop that allows you to save stuff to the cloud, allows you to surf the internet, and pretty much everything's in the cloud. Now, I have a regular desktop computer, but I decided last winter to get a Chromebook. I picked up an Acer C720. It's a little Chromebook. It was the best at the time when it was out. I'm not sure if there's anything else out now. I stopped looking once I got it. It has 11.6-inch screen. You know, it's not the best resolution when it comes to screen. It's really lightweight and portable. You know, I get about 8 hours of battery life, sometimes even more. And that's all with, you know, watching videos and a mixture of things. I almost forget where I leave the power plug sometimes. Now the awesome thing about Chromebooks are they boot extremely fast. So you can boot a Chromebook up. Mine boots within like 5 seconds from, like, you know, dead asleep. Login takes real quick. All your stuff is connected to your Gmail account, so you can have multiple users on one desktop, but they're all separate. Nobody can see your files, and everything's stored in the cloud. Now, those are the good things about a Google Chromebook. The bad things about them is the storage space is really small. So for it to be really affordable, mine was only $230 for my Chromebook, and you know, only comes with a 16GB solid state drive, so there's not a lot of you know, onboard storage. Not that I've really used that much. I still have like 8 or 9 gigs free. Most of the stuff I store in the cloud. So Google gives you, you know, 100 GB free for 2 years, and then after that you can pay. You have 15 gigs to start, so I have like 115 GB of cloud storage. You know, I use it to back up my pictures, my photos, any of that stuff that I have. And I use my desktop, you know, also as a backup for pictures and photos, and I offload a lot of my videos here that I do here on the desktop because it has a lot more room. Now, another thing about Chrome OS that's weird is everything is done in the browser. So all the apps are in the browser. They're all web-based. They're all lightweight. And at first they kind of suck, but they're starting to get better. Now a lot of questions, at least questions that I asked, was video editing. I do all my video editing with the YouTube editor. I don't like Windows Movie Maker 8, and I'm not far long enough that I feel like I should pay for a new video editor. At some point I will pay for one. I'd really like to get a Macintosh computer at some point, like a Mac Mini or something, and use that for my video editing. But that's kind of a ways away. The YouTube editor works great. It's pretty basic and rudimentary. It reminds me of the stuff that I used in high school, honestly. You know, it's got a couple effects. It's got a couple different music you can put in and stuff. I mean, it's very basic. You can't do crazy things like, you know, floating objects on the screen like you see in a lot of videos, or pop-ups or picture-in-picture or anything like that, but it works pretty well. There are other video editing programs. There's one called WeVideo, which I heard is really good. I've never used it, so I really can't say. But I use my Chromebook for pretty much everything else. I use it for work. I use it as use the Google Sheets and the Word and Google's version of Microsoft Office apps. Fine. You know, I've transferred stuff to other people and it's transferred over fine. So all that stuff works for what I needed to use. Now, things I would love, I'd love to get one with a bigger screen. And I figure with 2 years of drive-free, that offer stands with any Chromebook you get new. I figure, you know, in 2 years I will relegate that to you know, just like a you know, what I want to say. Crap, I'll have to cut this all out. I'm just going to regulate it to, you know, like a music player and set it up to where it's hooked up to speakers and use it for Pandora and stuff, and then go ahead and you know, get a newer, better one by then, or Mac, you know, when that time comes. Oof. Other things, man, it's such a nice day out. Other things that I love about it is the fact that there's so many apps. A lot of them, you know, aren't that great. Some of them are way better than others, and they're getting there. You know, the photo editing apps are getting really good. The game apps are getting better. So, you know, if you're looking for a cheap alternative to Windows, or if you're not a big fan of Windows 8, which I'm not, you know, Chrome OS is a good lightweight option. It's not going to replace your computer for sure, but it does offer a lot of things. And you know something that really annoys me is a lot of people who review them always have the same complaint that, oh, you don't have access to the internet, you can't really do a lot of stuff on there. I've used a lot of apps offline, but I'm never ever without internet access, so I don't really care. You know, I'm a Wi-Fi tether away with my iPhone, you know, or something else, you know, within minutes that I can use. So I don't see that, you know, that as a downside, because I've never used a Windows laptop without being able to connect online anyway. Other than that, you know, I really don't have any complaints with it, you know, other than the fact that I wish the screen was bigger, but, you know, you can't really complain for $230. I think I will go ahead and link some pictures of the Chromebook I have, as well as, you know, where I got it. I bought it on Amazon, and as well as a couple of the apps I talked about, like WeVideo and stuff. Other than that, if you have any questions or comments, you know, leave me alone. I'll catch you guys on the next video.